Hello. It's 11:33 to be exactly. And we will start our live now, 11:33 p.m. And I see a few people join us. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. I just want to say good evening for everyone. And soon, very soon, I'm going to be turning off the comments. So hope everybody is good. Today I'm here to talk to a good friend of mine and somebody that means a lot to me. Somebody that I met 20 years ago and someone who have experienced the spiritual life path for the longest time and also have been guiding me in so many ways. And I will say no more. His name is Nikhil Gangavane. Okay, he is a visionary, composer, a singer, a spiritual healer, and above all, amazing father, an amazing human being. So I hope everybody's great. You guys gonna give me a couple of minutes just so I can give a title to our live today. How is everybody? How is everyone? Hi, Romita. How are you? How is everything? I'm giving a title to our live right now, so I'm typing. So we will talk much more than that, but stay in the present moment, especially with everything that's going on. It's one of the topics. And again, I'm gonna turn off comments. Last live, unfortunately, I had some very fun and interesting people who did not behave while we were doing a live. So I had to take a decision of turning off comments. And that's what I'm gonna do this time. And so in the very end, who sticks with us and who have actually comments or questions to do or to go through can always come to me or come to Nico, or in the very end, if I decide, I will open the comments. All right? Everything is great. I'm about to call Nico right now. And before that, I will turn off comments. Let me turn off comments. Hello. So I'm calling our guest. By the way, this is my little straight talk. Hello. Here. Oh my God, it's great to be with you.
Me too. Thanks for inviting me to your talk.
Thank you. So I was telling everybody, this is a straight talk. This is one time per month. Do you like my filter? This is something that you like my filter. You know, it stays there, records. So
you have to give me one.
Go ahead.
I need 1 minute. I'm in India, so you can understand that I might be on a bad connection. I'm just shifting my connection.
All right.
Just give me a minute.
So again, this is take your time. This is for the betterment of all of us. If he goes off, I'm gonna call again. He has to switch his internet, and he told me before about that. So Nick and I, we know each other for over 20 years, from the times that I used to dance in the Middle East. We met in a very interesting way. And we're both fans of Michael Jackson. He is the lead person. Oh, we went off, but he's gonna come back. He leads the fan club of Michael Jackson in India. Like I said, he's a dancer, composer, and he have been for all this time around my life. So the Straight Talk is all about people who have brought me light. So I'm willing to share some of the people that have been in my past, whether it's through dance, whether it's on the spiritual path, whether it's in the designing life and my beliefs and so on. So I will try again to request him. Let's see. Okay, he's here. As we expected, this was going to happen anyways in the very beginning. Let me send the request. Yeah, unfortunately. Hey!
Hi. Sorry about that.
No problem. How is everything?
Oh, all's good. We are under a curfew, but you know me, like, I'm happy in any kind of state. You throw me anywhere, I'll be at peace with myself. So it's like that. Lockdowns and curfews don't bother me.
It doesn't bother. Well, we learned how to live a different lifestyle even before Corona, our amazing virus. So I think we can keep up with it. I'm loving the weather there. Is that warm? Yeah, hot today.
It's very hot. I mean, it's summer, and today there are clouds, so I'm expecting some summer rains in a day or two. But that makes the climate worse because it becomes more suffocating. Indian summers are very hot. We are hitting 40 degrees Celsius.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So, some of that, how we met, very they love the Jackson, and
Yes.
it started. And I was telling everybody that you take care of the biggest fan club of Michael Jackson still in India, right?
Actually, to correct you, it's the only fan club that Michael Jackson or his management has authenticated in the world. So yes.
Please, because I need all this veracity. Amazing. And I remember we met, of course we met but I remember there was Orkut, MySpace, there was no Instagram, there was no when we met, right? There was no Facebook.
Those were the simple days of social media, baby social media, I would say, infancy, social media in infancy.
So just to start with, what were your first experiences on the work, and what brought you belief and taking care of yourself, for care of people, and how everything happened in your past. Let's put it this way.
Okay, I hope you can hear me clearly because your voice is getting cut, but I'm making out since we know each other since years. I can make from your lip movements what you're trying to say. But you can hear me, right?
Okay. I can hear you very well. I hear a bird there or something, but I hear perfectly.
Yes. Yeah. So, if you're asking about how my spirituality started, it didn't start in a note of spirituality because I was very young and I used to get these recurring dreams of me falling in the river and stones falling over me and I'm drowning, things like that. And we did not have a concept of past life so much embedded in us like we do now when we understand spirituality. Though being born as a Hindu, we do have reincarnations and stuff like that. But as a child, it was hard to understand. All I was understanding was everything was falling in place. And, if somebody's intentionally bad to me, I am getting taken care of and that person gets punished very, very soon. I won't say sooner or later. He or she used to get punished very soon. And as a child, I guess, as I started my adolescent life and all, I started to make an ego out of it. You get that confidence, like, come on, you mess with me and see what happens to you. And for that, I don't have to do anything. So that's one ego part that was messing me up, honestly speaking. But then I used to meet many friends, but then I came across this girl and we were playing a game called Contact, in which we have to hold hands, and pass the contact. I don't know if it's played there or no.
The name of the game?
And
it got cut off. What is the name of the game?
Contact.
Contact. Okay.
It
got cut off.
So being in India, actually we were very advanced. Our friends group was very advanced, but such games are like big thing. You're touching a girl's hand. Oh my God. So, but anyway, we were sitting in there, and I had played these games many times, and then suddenly she passes a contact, and I had my past life regression therapy in a moment. And I connected, right? So from there I got lost. I fell in love as well, and that messed me up again because it took me away from the purpose of spirituality. But then this used to happen, like I used to wake up at 4:30 in the morning and go for a walk. And one day when I was walking, and my friend was there with me, I clearly remember, I saw this formation of 3 lights coming in the sky, which were moving, right? Like a triangle or like a Mercedes logo. So for me, it was like a science fiction thing. I never thought about spirituality, divine stuff, no energy shit. I was just like, oh my God, these are aliens.
The aliens are
I got so excited, and this stuff was moving. I mean, a chopper, aeroplane makes a noise, but and it doesn't move in a rotation. It doesn't move close and far. But we saw this shit happening. Believe me, after that, I used to go and exercise. Like my routine was to exercise, right? But I don't remember anything that happened after that. I surely was not abducted by aliens. I'm not saying that.
No.
But I was in a trance after what I saw, and I clearly remember, since I know astronomy a bit, I have been doing. I know whatever was coming from the Orion Nebula. If you have heard about the Orion constellation.
Which constellation?
So, Orion, Orion.
Okay.
Yep. So there's a part in it called a nebula where stars or all things are born in there, right? That's all I remember. And after that, my life started to take change, where I could see that I could intentionally make changes. At the same time, my ego started going down, because somewhere within me, in my soul, I started to understand that even if I used to do it unintentionally before, protect myself, but now if I can do it intentionally, it doesn't mean I'm supposed to use it, in a bad way or for my gain. And so there was a big debate with whomever spiritual or religious people I knew. Some used to say you should use this and you should make even money out of it. And some used to say, no, don't make it, just meant for you and all that. So I decided I'll just concentrate and meditate and make myself understand what is happening better and get more control. So by that time I learned things like Reiki, pranic healing, crystals, just to understand how they do it. And then I was understanding I was doing the same thing, but my ways of saying those things, putting it in terms like a crystal, like a certain energy, Reiki. I wasn't calling it Reiki, but I was connecting to different planet stars, like some energy connection. And I just had to get it there. And once I did that, I decided, okay, I'll start doing this, but I won't be charging money for that. I will say that you can offer me something, because I have given you, it's a law of nature. Like if you water a plant, then it will give you fruits. Then the fruits will fall down, it will seed and grow back into plants, So you have to give me something in return, which can be a small thing like a chocolate.
Which, true, like we were going to get to that. I think life itself gives to you, right? Of course, somebody that is having you taking care of them needs to give that chocolate. However, if that doesn't happen, life always find a way to give back to you, right? That's how. That's usually the reason why a lot of people don't charge. And I remember you telling.
No, but But there's one more reason behind that. I'm sorry to cut you. The thing is, since when I give a healing or a spiritual counseling session, and the person I counsel doesn't have that gratitude, it's not coming back to me as gratitude, maybe in a form of chocolate or even a thank you. Then the whole process is getting blocked somewhere, right? So the longevity of that healing isn't going to stay for long. It's going to cut down.
There's no the word gratitude or thankfulness, and that it stays around your for the longest time. So if there's no chocolate, there's no gratitude, and without gratitude, it definitely the healing is not gonna it's not gonna go that far, right? Probably.
I mean, it will work for the moment. It will work for the moment, but it's not like a long-term medication, because the energies will stop themselves. Because most of the time what happens with astrologers or anything to do with alternative therapies, that when people are in distress, they try to use your techniques as much as they can. But as soon as they are better, they say, oh, maybe that guy's energies work, or oh, maybe that guy's healing works. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But I'm not sure if it's really true. So there's that respect goes once their work is done.
Yes, I see.
Till they are seriously ill, till they are seriously needing you, till then they are definitely believing in what you can do. But once they are better and with their normal life, that's when they get back to that place where they can say, oh, maybe he was actually healing, or maybe it was not. But I guess it worked, maybe it was a coincidence, then that's the time they don't trust you 100%. It happens with many people.
Yes, that is true. That is true. The fact that that is in everything we do. If you do not keep that motion of gratitude going, whatever you're doing, definitely that's not gonna last for too long. And the healing is this. I believe healing in every way is in the same process, right?
Yes, that's the thing. Like I luckily stay in a place where there are a lot of trees, not a concrete jungle yet. And as soon as my son wakes up, what I make him do is go in the gallery or the terrace, and I make him say good morning to the trees, whatever birds, squirrels he sees, and then come back. And he has become like, if he hits a tree by mistake, he will go and touch it and say, sorry, I did that by mistake. So you're relating to the nature, not just by a fake thing, but you actually feel it, and that's when nature also feels you. And that's when it also gives you back one day or the other. And I know, like I have in old days we have heard stories about saints and sages doing this, but this is the simplest way anybody can be at peace with nature, by talking to it. It might seem like a fool to others, or even to yourself.
Who doesn't have the sensibility definitely might sound totally fool. For who doesn't have the sensibility might be listening to us right now, because I switch off comments, and they even don't realize of what or don't understand, or think that we smoked something before this live. But anyways, that's true. It's not only going it is true, but out there hugging a tree, but it's a constant respect to nature. I believe it's not only let's do a ritual outside and let's hug a tree. Yes, but it's much more than
nature, people, animals. Animals come in nature, but anything you use your iPhone or a phone, you say, if you start saying thank you to it, you might start feeling something back. Just that we should not glorify that part. It should be with ourselves, and we should really connect. That's it. We don't need to show anybody or make anybody else do it and ask them to show that off. It's not needed. You really need it from within.
You told me that also in your childhood you used to see jinxes, lights. You spoke about those 3 lights. There is any other?
Oh yeah. I'll tell you something to do with nature. So here came a parakeet, a green bird, if you know, with a red beak. So he out of nowhere he started to come in my house. So apparently he used to go to many houses, right? We don't know how, but this guy used to come and wake me up like exactly at 8 a.m. He used to tap on my head, come to my bed, and we never had pet at him. So first it was like excitement. Later on, when I used to do my demo recordings for my songs, if I don't know what that guy thought or not, but if the recording was bad, the next day I saw him pull out the tapes from the cassette, audio cassette, and after that he started having meals with me. If my relative or somebody in my family gave him in a different plate or a dish, whatever to eat, vegetables or fruit, no, he will want to eat from my plate.
That's
So he used to sit on my plate, and he had that section of his own. Then he would sit on my shoulder, and I used to go on my motorcycle anywhere. He used to be sitting here.
wow.
So people used to think that it's my pet bird, but it never was. I have some picture of him and me somewhere, but some cat ate him up one day at somebody else's place. But so this is kind of a weird experience, or I have a lot of experiences with snakes. I hate snakes.
I don't like snakes too.
So there are
I
snakes who
still
just show up.
I want to get through that fear. Snakes and heights. I still want to deal with it,
To get over the fear, you'll have to do it.
I know, but belly dance. Oh, you belly dance with snakes? I would, but if she didn't have that shape, and she didn't have that, like that is slimy thing, I can't. I think they're cute, but I can't get close to them.
It's okay. You have your own beauty.
I deal with in this life still, hopefully. Yeah. But the parakeet, I mean, birds to me, they're always messengers, right? They are always, they could be, sorry?
It could be that way. I mean, this happens that we take birds messengers because we have read about it somewhere. But if you take each and every entity, even a sound of a bird you are hearing from here or a dog barking in here, you should take it as a messenger for you as well, because it's coming to you, right? From somewhere.
I see.
So yeah. Yeah, so
well, they're angels. Yeah, that's what we read, that they are messengers, that they are angels. They're some angels, or they could be angels themselves. Yeah. So, like you're saying, every sound or everything that is around you, that is even deeper. So we talk about celebrities, right? In general, I know you got connected to some of them, and some of them that we know a lot about. Maybe people. How can we start that? I was going to talk about the death of Michael Jackson and that, but I do believe that's true. Maybe. What direction should? I know for both of us it's important.
Yes, I know, but that's the only way to get there, because it started with him.
Yeah.
He was that first guy I connected to with Michael.
Yes, and
so you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was a fan, and a diehard fan, and when he was falsely accused for the things in 2003, I was telling Uri Geller and some other people I don't want to mention, who were his spiritual gurus, that something is going to happen. So I got this email from them saying, please mind your own business, you're just a fan. So I said, okay, I'm doing this because there's a spiritual vision I'm having. And within 2 days, that bad thing happened about the accusations. And the next thing they do is mail me, how did you know about it? And I was like, not because the management in touch it with me or he has guided me for music, but I saw it and you started more deeply. And I don't want to talk about how I connected with him on phone and all, and what I talked. No, it's not important. What matters here is the results that you gave talk much more than what you actually predict. That's one time I realized that telling the future is not as important as changing the future.
True. True.
Yep. So my counseling, my healing started from there, and then there was this legendary person in India, and he was like my dad's age, okay, but I was a big fan, and I had to meet him. So I knew in here that I'm going to meet him. So one day I received his mail that I'm facing this problem in my Apple account or something, and I am a computer engineer. So that was my moment. And then once I went there, and he said, "What else do you do?" So I told him I know astrology. I am a healer, and he was like immediately, "Let's tell me about me."
Mm-hmm.
And since he's at the top of that line, of where he's legendary for the stars now also. So once people knew I was like a spiritual, say, counselor, or others started to take me more seriously. But believe me, not all stars. Like I said, like other people, these stars also are. Many stars are like they will want to believe in your spirituality till they are in need, and later on they'll forget you. This is with 99% people, but not with this legend Shami Kapoor, because later on we were like dad and son. So that's it. That's the celebrity collection. It's like anybody else for me. But yes, you do feel nice when you are helping your idols, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt. But I also, if I'm not wrong, we talk about that when he passed away, some channels or somebody came to you and said, "Is he dead? Is he gone?" Remember that? Or
No, that celebrity was he was like he used to ask me every time when he used to go to the hospital, "Am I going to come back home?" And one day I was at his place, and he said, "I want to celebrate my 80th birthday. Will I live till then?" And I told him, "No, you won't." And he called his family and he said, "Nikhil has said this time that I'm not going to make it to my 80th birthday. So whatever life we have to enjoy, we have to do it now."
I know.
And it was like 2 months before he died. And then 1 week before he died, he called me from the hospital. I said, "What happened?" He said, "There's hope." I said, "It's sounding more like hopping. It's time to take a leap now." And by leap, I meant you should like pass over this life and go to the next one. Yes. And it was like that. But there were moments as well, but that was not with a celebrity, that they came to me that he has a high-end blood cancer. One had a liver cancer, and they came to me for healings. And my healing method works for the well-being of the soul, not what we think as is good. So what people think is, if somebody is on the deathbed, I'm going to save him always, bring him back to life. It's not that. I will take him away from the pain. Instead of staying in the hospital in coma for 2 years, or in pain at his house for 6 months, I might help him pass over this life in 2 days. So what did the energies work for was what was best for him, taking away his pain.
Of course, the pain. But
yes,
most of us were attached to whatever is going on here, and definitely the family, right, or whoever was around him is attached to the person, to the celebrity, or to the human that is there.
Yes, but that's why I insist to the families who come to me. I'm sorry. There is a delay in the chat, so I did not know you were talking. So that's why I insist to the families that if you are coming to me about a patient, if that patient can talk, I want to talk to the patient to tell him what I'm going to do. And I used to ask, do you think you have to live with this pain going on for next 6 months? And the patient, 99% says, "No, I'm waiting to leave this body. I'm waiting to die. It's just the doctors who are keeping me alive." Or that family attachment, So
yeah, I believe.
So that
Who
person
wants
is
to
prepared.
feel the pain, right?
Right.
How old was that person? Just
Where there have been people who that person was. There are many people from range 45 to 80.
Yeah,
And all have
considerable,
given me the same answer.
but I'm just saying considerable. Yeah, depending how they live their lives, right?
Yes, yes.
Um, I know we spoke. You kind of said already about the exchange of energy and the exchange of work that you do, but how does everybody, I would say mostly ninja, because in our vision, you guys are way more spiritual than we are. Does people understand the concept of the chocolate, or does people just, okay, thank you? What, how, tell me.
Uh, like I said, there are some people who show no gratitude and then they suffer on later.
Yeah.
They come back to their original position of pain. But there are some people, they give more than a chocolate. They might send a gift to my son, or they'll send something else, not a chocolate. Uh, the point being here is, they don't understand the nature of my healing, but they do understand. Fortunately for me, being in India, in our religion, there have been a lot of stories about, how you, if you are cruel, cruelty comes back to you. If you are evil, somebody else will be evil with you. So this kind of thing is embedded in our culture. So they have that simple understanding that, okay, this guy healed me, let me give him what he wants. So somebody knows I love dark chocolate, they won't give me a normal chocolate, they'll give me a dark chocolate. So they have their ways.
They have their ways. Okay, awesome. Now, getting out of that little bit, let's talk about your music. I mean, I know you forever, but I, I know so that everything that you write and everything that you compose, or it's from scratch. Everything is you. Everything is from your talent, your music, your words, your singing, everything. But what keeps you going? What keeps you going? What is your motivation?
Okay.
How do you connect
So
your spiritual word to your music?
so first, thank you for your appreciation, but the power to write all that comes from the reason that you scold me the most for thinking too much.
So
You know,
let me understand what you're saying. You said it is thinking too much or not thinking too much?
I'm saying thinking too much because in every aspect I see, I always try to calculate the possibilities that are coming. And I'm a believer that prevention is better than cure.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah.
So, yeah, so uh, when music also comes, or whatever I write, the quotes that come in, you might have read my blogs as well, but that comes because I try to experience somebody else's life from my eyes. And I try to hear you. You always might have observed that I can listen to what you talk for 2 hours without saying a word. But once I start talking, I don't stop.
I have experienced that.
Yeah. So that hearing, when somebody's telling me something, I'm kind of visualizing everything that's happening around, with a consideration in my mind that my spiritual eye is open to go beyond what that person is telling, because the person is telling only that his perspective or her perspective. But I try to see the situation like from a drone camera of was this really happening? What was this? Was it the intention? Maybe this person took it the wrong way. Maybe this person took it too lightly.
I see.
And these all emotions and the logic come up. The emotions come up as the music of my song, and the logic comes up as the words of my song.
Okay. Music and okay, logic. Yeah. Okay. I see. Now, I know you have more to talk about your music, but knowing you, let's talk a little bit about that. Knowing you about your son, I want to talk about that just because I know what amazing father you are, and I know too that he surrounds you is also what brings all that to your music. So, and I know you made songs for him, right? So
Honest, I have not released a single song which is inspired by him yet, because I'm still in the journey of
You sure?
writing. I'm sure.
I thought that already. I have heard.
No, you might have seen a cover version of Father and Son, which was actually
So that's the
not my song. It was a cover.
so it's a cover. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So yeah. So after he was born, the world changed for me. Everything took a back seat, and obviously, thanks for calling me a good father. I appreciate that, and I take it as an award. You know, many people do tell that to me, but that's the only thing I expect, that at least somebody is not telling me you're a bad father. The reason is you call me a good father because you have seen me give so much time to my son. And I'm scolding. I do get irritated at times, but whenever I get irritated, I ask myself that he's asking too many questions, or maybe repetitive. Will he be asking me questions like this when he grows up? And that's when I'll have questions, when he won't have time for me. And just because I am giving time, I'm not expecting that he will give me back the time, but at least I'm having the time that he's giving me.
I see
Most
what
of
you're
the
saying.
time,
And
parents
you
are
remember
busy with
that
their
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, most of the time, most of the parents are like busy in the work. They have to make a living, or they are watching, they are chatting with their friends. So I guess the socializing or whatever work you have to do can always come later. You have been doing it before your child was born, and you can do it after your child is old enough to be with himself. That's not the time the child will come to you. But the child, the God, the system, the situation has given you the opportunity to be with your child constructively, right? At this moment, especially in lockdowns, I'm telling people, don't take it bad. You are getting so much time to spend with your children, and that's like a blessing. You're working from home. We can understand that children come and disturb in your work, but imagine when you become old, you look back, and when your child is not giving you time at that time because he has to make a living, but then you look back and say, oh my God, he was asking me questions. He wanted a hug from me. He wanted a kiss from me, and I told him I am busy. At least I could have used that time.
I know. I see.
So for me, even the making living takes a backseat. I work for my needs, and the rest of the time is for my son. That's it.
Awesome. Beautiful. Well, it's the fact that I was going to say be in the present moment, because usually we are with our kids, but the phone and the thoughts and everything else. And I, in my case, being a single mother too, I had to work on myself so to just, if I'm with him, even that 1 hour, I am his. And it's still I get disconnected sometimes. And you're absolutely right. As time flies and I see hearing those friends of mine that had babies long time ago, Emily, enjoy every second, enjoy every moment, because it's true. It flies. And I see moms that, young moms that are 18, 19, and they're already, oh my God, I miss so much those days. And that is the effects of not living the present moment and not being thankful for that cry,
Yes.
for that.
Yes.
And yeah, we're all learning a lot about that, especially right now with everything that's
Yes.
beautiful. Now, what else? Now, I want to talk more about your writing. Every time I receive posters and flyers of motivational word, talking about Mother Nature, talking about where the I know you're gonna tell me the source is all there in the universe, but how do you get connected to all that? Because it's beautiful. I yourself and post you everywhere, so, and I distribute everywhere, 24 hours, everywhere.
Yes. So when we say like a spiritual person says, like, oh, it comes from the universe, it doesn't have to be that way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It probably is within us. At the same time, it comes from the people I talk to, you, like you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're telling me something, I'm learning something from that at that point of time. And at the same time, like I always have too many questions. Those quotes or the flyers are the answers to those questions.
I see what you're saying.
Right. So again, I come back to Michael. He always had this thing. Like whenever a song comes in his head,
I said
he used to
they're
say,
your
"I have to."
answers to the questions, or they're answers that comes to you and you're after thinking too much, because I know you're an overthinker too. Does that make sense?
Yes. So, but no, I don't think in a way you think. I think I don't ponder logically. I go blank on a thing. I just concentrate on a thing, and I prefer not to go around the question, and I just try to concentrate like meditation. So you have a lot of options, like we used to have exams in the school. Like there is a question, and you select the right answer from there. So I might think to find the 10 answers, but I might not choose one myself. I'll sit down and I'll be calm. I won't think about that question at that time. And that's when I get the right answer. That becomes what I put out.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
beautiful. And I don't know. Anyways, you put out, a lot of people probably go through that and have that, but they don't even realize that they have some answers, and they can, like you say, go through, choose many answers themselves, or put it out there, connect with that and put it out there. I see that a lot. People, that's another part of you being connected to yourself, and that's another part of the human being, and as the race that is missing, I guess. That is awesome.
Yes.
What else? What else? Let's talk a little bit more about you know, your connection between music and just bringing that vision of life into your music. Tell me what you can.
So it's really hard to explain the process of music. The reason is I'm just sleeping. I have something else on mind, and this song comes up to me with the first four lines and the tune all in my head ready without doing any thinking about at all. I don't know where it came from. All I do is I run to my phone. I just record all the parts. I write down the four lines, and my struggle starts the next day when I'm not connected to that source. When the song came, I must be connected to some source where it came from, because I was not thinking about the song, that I will write a song on love, I will write a song on nature. I'm not thinking. It just comes to me and I write it down. But the problem is, only a part of it comes to me. And then, like a jigsaw puzzle, it's not joining the parts. I have to keep finding the rest of the parts. And that's where spirituality comes, because I really have to sit down alone. I have to meditate on the lines that came to me. And then I start writing the rest of the song. I cannot write the rest of the song unless I sit alone and I meditate. So the rest of the part is not easy as the main part.
Beautiful. And do you have this thing of waking up with sentences in your head, waking up with ideas, or for a song, or do you have all that too? Of course you do, right?
I wake up in the I generally wake up in the middle of the night, like 1-2 hours after I fall asleep. That's the time I get all these things. Generally, I don't wake up, but I have another ability, and that's very rare. I can continue my dreams. Like if I wake up in the night, I drink water, I go and piss, I come back, and I continue with my dream.
You come to what? I couldn't hear.
I continue with my dream.
You continue? Whoa, that's an ability.
Yes. So I enjoy it a lot. It's like a movie for me. I just got up in the interval, I came back, and I'm here. I'm watching the same story continue.
Stop there. I want to go back. Now that is really hard. I actually got annoyed with certain things like this, because waking up, doing PP, whatever, check it, and then no, I cannot. I never could do that part. Maybe I should work on that. Anyways, Nick, I just want to talk about a little bit how people can find gonna do our back and forth, which are those just simple questions that I'm gonna ask you. But I know it's the final miracle, right? That we have here on Instagram, right? The final miracle.
Yes.
There's no dots, no.
Yes.
Yes, and then your website, right? The same.
Website is the same. Facebook is the same. Everywhere
Facebook is
the
the
final
same. Guys, the same. Awesome. And let's go through my back and forth really quickly. Okay, just tell me your. I know, but let's do it. What's your favorite color?
Black.
Black. All right. A word that resembles you in this moment right now for you.
I did not get that.
A word, a simple word, or a sentence that resembles you and your moment right now.
Peaceful.
Okay. Any book for us to?
In my head, The Godfather.
Godfather song.
You're Not Alone.
An ideal way to be with nature, like what water, the sea, the mountains, what it is for you, the nature. Just going outside and
Yes, just the air I breathe.
just the air you breathe. Your son, give me a word for your son.
Blessing.
Blessing. And a word of peace to all of us.
A word of peace. That's hard to find. Just like
One word
peace is hard to find, the word for peace is hard to find.
The word of peace. Okay.
Okay, hard.
Good.
Hard is the one word. Hard.
Right, peace is hard. That is one word. It is. Anyway, it was a blast to have you here and a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you for inviting.
Although we talk.
Thank you, Emily. Thanks a lot.
It's just, I'm blessed to have you here today. And thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
For your business.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. And have a great day. Okay? Stay blessed. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.